You want me to?
Yes.
I do.
I don't even remember it now. What is the difference between? Hold on a sec. What's the
Hungry and
difference
horny.
between being hungry and horny?
I don't know,
Depends.
Jeremy. What's the difference?
It depends where you put the carrot. Okay, let's go.
Sheesh.
And then you can follow it with, speaking of carrots, I was at the doctor the other day.
Oh boy.
There's a good segue into joke number 2.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, my Streamlabs viewer count just went to 1.
My OnlyFans went up to 1. Literally, it's my only fan.
It's it's not a plural. It's just only
Yeah,
fan.
only fan.
Only fan, not only fans. Hey everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
It's Wednesday, so we're playing Icewind Dale.
Dungeons and Dragons.
We are doing the thing.
I'm supposed to tell a joke now.
Oh, my
But now
stream
I'm
already
not
got it.
I'm not sure I'm feeling it. Your stream already got the joke, so I don't have to retell it. That's
No.
good.
What about your stream?
Do the extended joke this time.
Do the thing.
Do
With
the
the
thing.
segue.
Harry got me really good before we logged in. He was like, "Tell it, Harry. Tell it, Harry," and I'll play stupid again.
Jeremy, I heard somebody in our party wanted to change their character to an owl.
Who?
Eh.
No, really. And then Jeremy didn't get it and continued on. No, really. Who wants to do that? And then Harry had to go back and hold my hand. Oh, you poor summer child. You poor summer child.
You've never known a winter.
You've never known a winter. Oh, child.
True story, Jade's next reincarnation is going to be an owlbear.
An owlbear?
Yeah.
All big and fluffy!
It'll be
And
the
angry.
Aarakocra subrace, the owl.
Yep.
Yeah. So does the
Well,
Bacteria,
you'll
does
have
the
one
Bacteria
thing.
have any announcements they have to make?
We're doing stuff and things.
Are you doing stuff and things?
Yeah. Next Saturday, we're going to be
Okay.
playing
That was
some
exciting.
games with the whole community.
We're going to be playing Codenames and Jackbox. We're going to get as many of the co-streamers together as possible. We have 8 out of 10 that are said they can make it. One said they might not be able to.
Am I the might not be able to?
Yeah.
Because I'm old and I'm fat and I have too many kids. It's like a goddamn orphanage around here.
Yeah, it's going to be our normal stream time on Saturday. Instead of doing Witches Walking Werewolves, we're going to be doing that event.
Yeah. And then
I
cystic
love
fibrosis.
the. Would you give me a second?
No, I will not.
Cystic fibrosis. Yes, we're all getting it. Congrats.
That's not
we're
true.
doing-
don't listen to
We're
him.
doing hero. You actually can't catch it. That was all part of my let's learn a little bit about cystic fibrosis
Mhm.
page. No. Our Heroes for CF event is on the 29th. It will be on my channel. I think it's going to be on the Bacteria. Where are you
It
streaming
will?
from?
It will be from the Voctair channel as well.
Yep. Fundraising, prizes. In DM Jeremy's merch shop, there is Heroes for Cystic Fibrosis 2021 merch.
Swag?
Do I have to keep
There's
my shirt on
swag?
because it's a charity event?
There's some merch. There's some merch. Do you have to keep your shirt
Probably.
on?
Yeah, it's a charity thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
For the children's sake, please. The children don't want to see your nipples.
I was going to shave
Only
a big
bubbles.
CF into my chest, but I mean, I'll just wear a shirt. It's fine.
This camera's bothering me. Give me a moment. Oh my gosh. There we go. Nate says he'll pay for you to keep it covered, so maybe that is a strategy we can
I'll link my donation sheet.
link the donation sheet. Link the numbers, yes. Okay.
Yes.
So when last we left our heroes, okay, they were in the town of East Haven on the shores of Lake Dinnesar, okay?
Okay.
And, they had met a little elf girl named Faylen Yingoloro. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this all comes back to the orb that you found in the Black Cabin. You guys did some searching around to see what this orb was all about, and it turns out a similar orb had been found by an adventuring party. But that adventuring party had then been betrayed and killed by a wizard, who had asked them to take him to the place they had found the orb. You have now found the only surviving party member from that party. Her name is Faylen Yingalore, and she is a high elf fighter, and she has agreed to go with you back out into the wastes of Icewind Dale. Now, she's taking you east of Icewind Dale. She's taking you east of East Haven. There is nothing east of East Haven except mountains and a massive glacier called the Reghead Glacier. Not to be confused with the Redhead or Ginger Glacier. This is the Reghead Glacier. And you are going to be out in the wastes of the tundra for approximately 2 to 3 days to get to the location, and then 2 to 3 days back. So I know some of you went and bought some crampons. That is not a tampon that relieves cramping. This is something that sticks you to the ice. And snowshoes, which are not shoes made of snow, but shoes that leave you on top of the snow.
Thank you for the clarification on that, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel that was real necessary.
Yes, it was. Okay. So off you go. Or is there any other things that you're like, oh, you know what I need from East Haven?
Did I get the things?
Well, what things did you get?
Nothing. I was absent.
Oh. What would you like? I forgot you were absent.
Yeah.
I forgot you were absent. You have a kitty cloak? What's a kitty cloak?
Offie.
The Craig cat coat.
Oh, the
Cloak.
crag cat cloak.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that thing. I have that thing.
Okay. Did I share that with you? I think I only
No.
shared it with Jade.
Yeah, I agreed to give it to him.
I'll share it with all players. That's all right. We're gonna save that there.
I ended up taking the
And just for
ring.
you took the ring
Mhm.
of protection. Okay. All right. I've shared the special magic items the party has. The crag cat cloak and the psi crystal are shared down in your magic item.
Awesome.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Okay. So it's there for reference. Now let's do this.
I'm gonna buy the snow stuff.
Do you want to buy all of it?
All of the snow stuff.
I also need to steal
money
from
for
like
that?
everybody I come across. Got hankering.
Okay. On the chance that you roll a 1 and fucking sidetrack this night of adventuring, I will just say roll a d20, and based off of that roll, I'll give you some stuff.
A 3.
Nothing.
Don't roll again.
But I
Just give me
rolled a
one roll.
26 in sleight of hand.
7 Electrum.
Well, what was the 3?
You said roll a
Oh
d20.
no, I wanted a sleight of hand roll. No, I didn't mean like that.
Oh, okay.
Sleight of hand, 26. Thank you.
All of the things.
Dankeschön. So here, you can do this now. Roll 3d10, and that's how many gold pieces you get.
Oh.
One at a time. Look at this, folks. She is.
Yeah, I fucked up.
You did very good, actually. 8, 5.
Yeah, I'll
10.
take it.
That's pretty rootin' tootin' good. And hold on a second. We'll... And give me a D100 roll.
93.
93, look at that. You also managed to pickpocket a piece of sea glass shaped like a unicorn's horn.
Yes.
Seeing as everyone's stealing in East Haven, I'd like to buy a suit full plate for 46, please.
For how much?
46.
Not happening. And you can't pickpocket full plate armor. Just doesn't
One piece at a time? No?
doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Agni, did we find pricing for that gear? Hold on a second. It's down in
4 gold. I found it.
special equipment. Did you find it? In
I think
special
it was
equipment?
2 gold for the crampons and
Crampons.
2 gold for the snowshoes.
Yes.
Yep, already took the gold off.
So you're all ready to head out. You're leaving from the White Lady, and Faylen arrives, and she is if you remember, she's blind in her right eye. But she's geared like an adventurer. She has a very nice piece of armor. Her breastplate looks obviously more than mundane, rather. She has a long sword. She has a short bow. She looks ready to go. So, did you link that for a reason, Harry, or by accident?
No, I clicked that by accident.
That's okay.
I was just trying to read something.
No, I just wanted to make sure I hadn't missed anything.
Does she have, like, crampons and stuff?
She does. She has cold weather gear and snowshoes.
Okay, I'll get her some crampons too.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay, so I'm adding crampons and
Mhm.
crampons. And cold weather gear. I think so. Okay. Good stuff.
Jeremy, do temporary hit points stack? Like if I were to get temporary hit points from 2 things?
You have to choose which thing you want to use. So if something goes, you get 5 temporary hit points, and as long as you have those temporary hit points, you have this ability, then maybe that's more valuable than the 10 hit points that Lathander gives you every morning. That's up to you to decide. Does that make sense?
Yes, it's just lame, that's all.
I know. So,
There's a lot of abilities that give temporary HP.
Yes. They do not stack. Unfortunately, though, they do not stack. All right. Let's see here. That. Okay. Where the hell is it? Okay, so the group of you leave by the east of East Haven. You cross a very frozen red run that runs down to Red Waters, and then you follow the shoreline of Lac Dinishir. And she tells you, Faylen says, we'll need to follow the lake to its next river, and then follow the river to the east. When we reach, there's a large bend in the river, and at that bend we'll need to head north to find the place the wizard killed my friends, and where we found the orb that you're interested in.
Great,
So,
then.
you move along that, and the first day you make it to the river she's talking about, and you turn eastward when you feel like it's time for a rest. Can I have everyone make a perception check or a survival check? Your choice here.
Great roll so far.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Okay.
Are you playing sounds again?
I am playing sounds again. You should hear some wind.
I do.
Okay, how about Odegarn? Does Odegarn want to give me a survival or a perception?
You're
Whichever
muted, sir.
higher.
Yeah, I'll do the thing.
I'll do the thing.
He's a whiz. Needs a special invitation for everything.
He's eating ice cream. Leave him alone.
I was eating ice cream.
Yes,
It's
but you can
Oreo ice
multitask.
cream.
That's true.
Agony can't. That's not something he does.
Oh yeah, we're perfect. We're totally fine. Everything is fine.
We're all the same. I see nothing. It's kind of windy. That's all I know.
Yeah. So everything seems okay.
It's fine.
Excellent.
It's fine.
Just
Everything will be fine.
just a giant fucking Yeti. It's fine.
You
Oops,
haven't
wrong
seen
button.
You're fortunate that you have not seen any. You haven't seen any yet.
Yet being
It's
the
all
operative
gonna be
phrase.
okay.
Did you say yet?
Is that what I said?
Yeah,
Think that's what you said, yes.
I don't think so.
it
I
100%
don't
was.
think so.
I'm concerned.
So you find a place to camp, but to be entirely honest, with the wind, it's difficult to keep a fire lit. And as you tend to that camp through the night, the fire keeps getting blown out with a little bit of firewood that you brought, or whale oil, whatever you'd like to burn. So, can I have? I need everyone in the party because everyone who's taking a watch. So we usually do 3 watches. So everyone who's on a watch needs to give me a survival check to try to keep the fire lit. So who is first? Who's taking first watch? Give me the survival check.
I'll go.
Mhm.
14.
All right, and whoever's next watch, give me a survival check.
Can I just keep casting Create Bonfire instead?
Can you what?
Cast Create Bonfire instead.
You can totally cast Create Bonfire instead on your watch. Do you want to do that?
Yep.
You don't have a watch though. Everybody's already rolled.
Oh, never mind then.
You got beat to the punch. So you keep the fire going overnight, and we don't need to roll for exhaustion checks in the morning. And everyone has not frozen in the night, but when you wake up, like you're dusting snow off yourself. It falls through the night. Of course, night continues, but I'm still trying to use the term loosely.
Night-ish.
Yeah, it's like the second half of the day where you rest. So you begin to head east again, and I would like everyone to make either that perception or that survival check again.
Oof.
Okay. All right. So, as you move under the dark skies of the midday, a couple things. One, Odegarn, you begin to notice that a large herd of animals has moved along the river here. You are moving against their movements, though. They must have been headed west. And Courtney, as you guys are moving along the river, the edge of the river, it's frozen. But on the other side of the river, a little bit of distance away, you can see half a dozen figures, occasionally silhouetted under the night sky.
Does everyone else see that, or
No, you're the only one that has seen that.
I'll let them know that I think that I see figures in the distance, approximately half a dozen.
They're on the other side of the river. But if everything remains the same, you think that the two of you will pass on opposite banks.
I'll let my homies know.
Oh, perhaps we should be a little bit more sneaky then, eh?
That would be up to you.
That's assuming they're hostile.
Do you want to take that risk either way?
They better assume we're hostile.
I'd rather just get to where we're going and not have to worry about nothing else.
I mean, some of us definitely could probably sneak by, but if we're trying to sneak and they spot us, I think that looks more suspicious than just traveling.
Walk around like you own the place.
Right, well, you folk can do that, and I'll be alongside. You won't see me, but I'll be here.
Yeah, you can be our flanker.
Phelan is going to do whatever the party decides to do. So if you want her to try to hide, she will, and if not, she'll.
I mean, I'll try to hide, but I don't think I'm going to be very successful.
Keep on keeping on. I'll be over there somewhere, within earshot.
Over there.
All right.
Okay. So Jade sneaks off away from the party and does her best to stay hidden. Sure enough, maybe a half hour passes, not even 20 minutes, when this party of what appears to be hunters. They have you can see some of them are carrying bows, a couple of them are carrying spears, and they appear to be barbarians in that their clothing sort of gives them away that they are not men and women of the Icewind Dale. Rather, you believe that they're reghead barbarians, which are known for dwelling in. They're sort of the indigenous people here. The people of Icewind Dale are not indigenous. These are indigenous people of Icewind Dale. There's 6 of them, and Agni, the trail that you were sort of following, that you had seen of the herd, it looks like the herd is zigzagging back and forth across the frozen river. They appear to be following those tracks. They definitely take notice of you, though, and one of them is crouched with his hand in the snow, looking at the trail that they're following, and the other 5 are keeping a watchful eye on you. They have not drawn weapons, they have not pointed weapons, but you are definitely being watched carefully.
We should pretend like we're terrible hunters and track the same herd, but going the wrong.
I'm I'm away from you guys. I don't know what you're saying.
They'll think we're harmless if we do that. Trust me.
Phelan says to you quietly, they're not going to hear because of the winds and everything. She says that some of the barbarian tribes are less than friendly. It will depend which totem they follow.
Thanks for the heads up. They appear to be harmless for now. I'll keep an eye on them.
So with that, they begin to move in your direction.
How far away am I from my friends while I'm sneaking about?
I don't know. You tell me.
20 feet? Maybe 30?
20. Probably at that range, it would be difficult to stay hidden regularly because they're not making any attempt to hide, so they're pretty out in the open. So I think 30, maybe even 40 feet, depending on where they go, works.
Okay, yeah, I'm just keeping them in eye line so I can see them for the most part.
Okay. So they approach you, and you can see that they're covered in furs, and the lead man holds out his hand and says, and awkwardly, like he's holding out his hand, like I think this is how people in Icewind Dale greet one another, with a handshake. So he holds his hand out and says that I'm Brinjar of the Elk tribe. You're Dale folk.
Some of us.
You are a long way from the town of East Haven.
Oh, I realized I was muted again. I reach out my hand to shake his hand cautiously. I am Odegaard of the Uthgard.
The Uthgard, from over the mountain, over the spine of the world. We have occasionally run into your people. I did not know they had orcs among them.
Just a small band of Uthgard in Icewind Dale.
He says, you need to be careful along the river. We have seen ice trolls moving up and down it. Where are you headed?
East.
Yes, I can see that. What is your final destination? There is very little east of here.
We're just surveying the area for some coin.
We heard there were some ruins out this way we were going to go poke around in. Very curious folk.
Is that wise?
Probably not, but I've never let it stop me before.
Well,
I do appreciate the warning of the ice trolls, though. We've also been tracking our herd this way. We thought maybe we could do some hunting. We can catch up with it.
there is a large herd of caribou, and he points north, maybe a few miles that way. There is a number of stragglers that we are following. I'm sure that's the trail that you have found.
Yeah, you're going the wrong way, though. We're tracking them.
He smiles at you.
I give him a wink. Introduce myself.
He says, it is not safe. You should perhaps return with us.
Return where?
We have a camp not far.
I appreciate the invitation. We just broke camp.
Well, it would take you the remainder of the day to reach our camp, most likely.
Which direction is your camp?
He points generally north, sort of northeast.
That's kind of sort of the direction we're heading.
Yeah. I mean, Faylen told you that she remembers like a large bend in the river, and that's where the party turned north. Now, you haven't reached that yet, but, at some point you're going to have to go north.
Okay, well, I'll ask him how close his camp is to the bend in the river.
He smiles at you. He says, if you know the bend in the river, you must have been out this way previously.
Haven't been out this way, but I've been... where we're heading has been described to me, otherwise we wouldn't know where we're going.
Well, it is not far from the bend in the river. Our camp.
Well, I don't want to speak for the group, but I appreciate the hospitality. Me talk it over with the lads, and maybe we'll join you.
Okay.
Safety in numbers. I don't want to run into ice trolls.
So you're going to follow them?
I mean, we could, but there could be 20 more camp, and maybe they're not so friendly.
They seem pretty friendly.
Plus, we've got our ace in the hole with Jade hiding. She can take out like 15 of them while we're still sleeping. I say let's do it. We'll do a pincer attack.
Always with the pincer attack.
Always.
Every time you guys make a decision, it always ends badly.
On Sundays or Wednesdays, or yes.
Yes. And out of his personal experience, yes.
I decide to not make a decision.
Well, they're standing there waiting for
Yeah.
you to decide.
Yeah.
We'll join them. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Don't answer that.
So with that, they welcome you into their hunting party, and you move to the sort of the northeast. You cross the river, and it's not long. Faylen sort of says, "I don't know where we are now without the river."
It's okay. We've got a pretty good sense of direction in the party. It will only take us about 3 days to find where we're going. From here.
So you've traveled almost the entire day when they stop, and there's a set of tracks in the snow and the tundra, and they begin to check them out and speak amongst themselves in their own language. And they seem concerned. No insight check required.
What type of tracks? Are they troll tracks? Crag cat tracks? Animal
Is that
tracks?
what you say?
Bloody hell.
They stand up and they say, "We should move quicker. We will pick up the pace for camp."
What type of tracks have you found? I don't recognize them.
They are bugbear footprints.
Everything tastes like bugbear.
And there have been bugbear parties following the same herd of elk that we have been.
Never been to a bugbear party. Are they fun?
They look at you very strangely at that comment. At which point, they move on and pick up their pace. So, at a hurried pace... Now, is Jade still keeping her distance behind?
Like, diagonally.
But you haven't joined them. You haven't made your
No.
presence known.
Not yet.
Okay, can I have everyone make an athletics check to keep up the pace?
Oh. That was a great roll.
Odegaard and Lander.
Having some troubles.
Maybe it's these snowshoes, but
Damn crampons.
these guys are moving. These guys are moving. And they are now occasionally making stops to let you guys catch up. Jade, you're having no problems, and Harry, Courtney is also keeping pace just fine, which is odd that Courtney can keep it, but not Lander.
The problem is trying to keep the crampons in while I'm running.
And then you start to hear dogs in the wind, and you come over a hill and can see a camp below. I'll grab your map and drag you down to it.
You like dags?
We like them. We like them just fine.
I can't see anything on the map.
No, don't worry. Give it a second. You'll see it.
Okay.
But I am having some problems with this map, so I'm going to try to refresh, and then I will
I'm
drop
having
you
problems
back on.
too. My browser's just not responding.
Jeff, how much HP do you have?
I have 53 plus 10 temp.
Oh. We had like the same HP like 3 levels ago, and I don't remember ever having bumped up my HP.
I was at 43, and then I got that amulet of Constitution. So
Yeah, I'm still at 33.
33.
Yeah, and the last time we were at 33 together. I think I might have forgotten. Is there a way to check to see if I've rolled that?
Have we leveled since we came over here? Maybe? I don't know.
We leveled when we first
When
flipped
we
over.
originally came over. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you did the character mancer, it would have automatically done that for you as the first step. But I had 43 last time.
Okay.
Okay, so the party, the hunting party brings you into sight of a very large camp. It's a two sets of circles with tents. The tents in the center circle, much larger than the tents on the outside of the circle. And there are sled dogs, and there are sort of hunters moving about the camp everywhere. It is very busy, and you estimate their numbers close to 50. Probably more, in fact. So, as you move in, the people of the camp sort of take notice of you, and you're brought into the center here. Jade, do you keep your distance outside?
How's the weather?
It's snowing. The wind is biting. Like if you walk right now, the wind is blowing out of the north. So if you're walking straight into it, it's very it bites at the face. It makes your face hurt.
But I have fur on my face.
Still makes it hurt.
Yeah, I'll just like subtly slide up with my group. Not make like a huge production about it, but I'll just kind of just be there all of a sudden.
Okay. All right, so you slide in here. Oh, and I forgot to put Faylen on the. Okay, so they bring you to the center of camp, and the sounds of there's fires everywhere, and the sounds of dogs and even children playing are heard. Uh, there is for every I have only on the map. You're only going to see what I would call combatants. Uh, there are lots of non-combatants like children and elderly moving about the map as well. So for every one hunter or warrior you see on this map, there is probably another elderly person or child moving about the camp. And the camp is very busy. There's things like skinning of animals. There's firewood being brought to the fires. There is dogs being cared for, sleds being repaired, and it's a very very busy place. And the hunter that met you out on the plain tells you that he will go and get King Elkhart to come and greet you. And he moves to this gray tent over here. Anybody doing anything?
Just watching.
All right. Occasionally, a child comes over and sort of gives you a look over, or an elderly man glares at you from his tent like, "Get off my lawn." And yeah. So out of the tent comes a man, a large man, but also a fairly aged man. Uh, he probably is in his 50s, and you notice that even though I have made mention that there are some elderly, there's certainly not a lot of them. Everybody here seems it's obvious that if you can't keep up with, everything here is temporary, so they could tear it all down and move on tomorrow. So out of this tent comes a man that you would guess is some kind of shaman. He's marked with body paint. His face has sort of these lines across it and up it, and he's watching very carefully from his tent entrance. And then out of the gray tent comes. Get to the right layer so I can actually do this for you. Comes this sort of older. They call him king, but you're thinking more like a chieftain or something. He has elk antlers that have been carved and fitted to his headpiece. He also has a set of antlers on on each shoulder as well, and he is flanked by two women. One looks to be his wife from her age. She's about the same age as him. She's very put together, hair braided, and then he has another woman, which could maybe be a daughter or maybe even a concubine. She's significantly younger and not dressed anywhere as sort of nobly as him and his wife. And he looks across the fire at the five of you and says, "My hunters tell me they found you by the river. What sort of ruins out here on the tundra are you looking for?"
I don't really know. There's only one that I'm aware of.
Okay. Anyone say anything else?
Not even supposed to be here today.
wasn't even supposed to go into work today. All right. The shaman makes some hand movements, and you recognize that he's casting a spell.
Okay.
Already an Eldritch Blast.
Well, he completes his casting, and
Oh, sorry, I rolled Arcana to see what he was casting.
yep. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't think it's familiar to you. Let me see here. No, it is not druidic in origin, Agni.
Okay.
So you're not familiar with the spell he just cast. You notice that he's then continues to keep a careful eye on you. King Elkhart says, "You would best be true to. It would be best for you to be truthful with me. What is it you search in these lands? Why have you strayed so far from Icewind Dale?"
Searching for answers.
To what?
Our questions.
I see you are wise
Truthful.
and intelligent beyond your years. At that point, the shaman walks across and whispers to the king, and he says, King then sort of nods and motions him away and says to you, "What orb is it that you have brought? What orb do you seek? You cannot lie to me."
Actually, I can if I choose to. And if you cast another spell, I'm going to consider it a hostile act.
He smiles and as you speak out like that against him, you notice that a number of the warriors and hunters sort of have closed in on the circle at that point, and some have their dogs with them. He says,
Fucking dogs.
I think you would find yourself horribly outnumbered here.
I was born for Last Dance.
You would not go missed in the Dales. There's so many men and women there.
Can I telepathically connect with him because of my crystal?
Sure, you can do that. To the king?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just tell him that we don't mean any harm and that it's just posturing.
Okay, give me a persuasion check on that.
Oh, I'll persuade him.
Okay. He says it would seem that my shaman is not the only one able to push into the minds of others. Let's speak frank then. What is it you seek? Perhaps we can help you.
A way to fix the weather. Now that we're speaking fairly and openly.
The weather. You are not servants of Oral, then?
No, we've encountered some servants of war. Vanquished them.
What sort of servants?
Mephits and
Mephits
other ones
and
had
some
glowing faces.
beamy face thing. Hooded beamers. Simsima.
He says, the Ice Walkers.
Sure, that's a good name for them.
Do you know where the Ice Walkers come from?
The ice?
Through the snow, usually.
They are men and women that the people of Icewind Dale have pushed out into the elements, and Oral has taken into her care. These creatures are your own doing.
I've only been here about 2 years, so
I've been here about 4 weeks.
But you serve them, correct? You are here on their errand.
no, I just really hate the fucking cold.
We are no allies of Oral here, and I am pleased that you are not either. If the Ice Walkers have confronted you, then you are certainly an enemy of Oral.
They followed us almost all the way to East Haven.
The Frost Maiden must be defeated.
Agreed.
Me and my brethren, and he motions around to the other barbarians. He says, this is something that we intend to do. We intend to find her lair and put an end to her.
You had any luck with that?
We are getting closer. We know that she is here we know that she is here in Icewind Dale. She does not dwell in the heavens or the hells. When we find her lair here, we will end her.
And how do you intend to do that with all your folk?
By axe or blade, we will rend her and throw her down on the ice that she has created. Jeff, give me a... Let's see here. Give me a wisdom saving throw as you feel someone or something... you feel a presence, and you get a bit of a headache. Something's pushing into your mind.
For the record, I'm thinking about safe and happy things like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
So you know now that you are certain. You feel the shaman's mind push into yours.
I'm gonna address the king and tell him I've asked once for the shaman to stop. And I'm not liking the fact that we're having a peaceful conversation and he continues to intrude.
Oops.
If he has a question,
Yeah.
he can ask me.
That's okay. Agony. He says, he motions over and pats the shaman, and the shaman, the spell break away. However, you know that he has probed into your sort of your thoughts and your recent memories.
Yeah. I'll say that if the enemy of my enemy is my friend, I expect them to act like it. And I look at the shaman.
Okay. The barbarians look about at one another, and King Elkhart says, "You may rest here this night in safety. I believe the ruin you're looking for is just over those hills," and he points to sort of the northeast, and you can see a set of sort of large hills silhouetted by the aurora borealis. This sort of green light in this green ribbon of light in the sky. He says it is a strange place. I would not go there.
I'm singing the song to Mr. Squirrel in my head. Just over and over again.
So with that, you're shown to one of the tents along the outer ring. A man and woman that are staying there are moved to a different tent, and the four of you are told that you're welcome to stay here. And pardon me, the five of you with.
I was going to say, which one of us isn't allowed in?
He says that you're welcome to stay, and they'll have some warm food brought to you.
Thank you for the hospitality.
So sure enough, in a few moments, maybe like you have about 20 minutes before the food arrives. There's occasionally a small face looking in the tent at you, trying to figure out who the strangers are, and eventually two women arrive, elderly, sort of 50, 60 when I say elderly, and they've brought you a platter with some, it looks like some cut meat. It looks like maybe the haunch of a deer, so probably that they follow the elk and reindeer herds, so probably some sort of, I don't know if you would call elk meat venison, but yeah. They leave that. They also leave some a jug of some sort of drink, and then they nod to you and they head back out of your tent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They nod to you politely and then keep on their way.
I eat my rations.
Okay.
I eat my rations. But we'll make it look like we ate the venison. We don't want to be rude to our hosts, but I definitely don't trust them.
Stuff it in our pockets to throw out later.
You have 3 kids. You know what it looks like to push stuff around the plate and not eat it.
Stuff it in like a potted plant. Feed it to the dog.
Faylen looks at the two of you sort of doing that, and she's like, we're not going to eat or drink?
Oh, you can go right ahead there.
For sure.
Courtney, you're going to?
Yeah, I'm going to eat some.
Call me a wee bit paranoid.
So you guys eat, and she it's sort of a funny shaped flask. She opens the top off and pours it out into some cups that she finds in the room. Faylen does. It looks warm, and she takes a sip. She's like, I have no idea what this is.
Elk pee.
I'm kind of afraid of that, Courtney. Those of you that eat the meat, it's good. I'm not going to call it delicious. It's a little gamey. But it's good.
A little gamey.
It's
a little
good.
chewy.
Nothing I'm not used to.
Faylen offers to pour anyone else a drink that would like one.
I'll take one.
I'll have one just to hold, so it makes it look like I've imbibed.
Okay. All right. Courtney, you take a sip of it, and you're not sure what it is either. Your closest guess is cider.
I sniff it. Does it smell like?
It has a sweet smell to it. But it's definitely fermented, whatever it is. It's not just,
Oh, it's fermented elk testicle, of course. I'll put my cup down.
Phelan's like... Faylen takes another drink. She's like... I think I like it?
Oh yeah, Faylen. You like the balls in your mouth, don't you?
She's like, well... And she really doesn't know how to take you. She's just left...
Alright,
I guess?
nothing to be ashamed of.
You
No
think
shaming.
You think they make this from... They couldn't.
Why not?
Sure, they could.
They probably waste no part of the beast.
Yes, but... Is there juice in the testicle?
How do you think they make little elk?
She goes, oh, come on, I'm not drinking that. Courtney, it's not that, right?
I say that I don't care what it is as long as it tastes good.
She raises her cup to you and downs it.
After I finish my drink, I take out my lute to woo her.
Two.
And there's the bard.
I'm gonna play.
To woo her, eh?
I'm gonna play her a song called "The Heroic Tale of Mr. Squirrel and Courtney."
Yeah.
Okay, give me a performance check.
That's the song I
I'll
was singing in
play
my head.
my horn.
Are you going to try to accompany on your horn?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do... both of you give me a performance check.
I'll do an interpretive dance.
Of course you will, Lander. Oh, Courtney.
How do you like that?
Courtney.
Are your pants staying on this time?
He's wearing pants? When did that happen?
It,
Well, I'm assuming
Did it
so,
do
or
the
it would have
thing?
fallen off.
It didn't do what thing?
here, I'll roll the thing. Oh, it came up blank for me for a while.
Are you proficient in performance, though? You're not, are you?
No. That's why I clicked the wrong one.
You should be able to click on your horn and have it query your charisma.
It didn't. It just rolled a d20.
I dance like a champ.
Did that work? Let me see.
Yeah, it did the same thing mine did. So if that's what it's supposed to do, it did the thing.
It did the thing. But what's your charisma bonus? Zero? Okay, that's why it's coming up like that. Okay. Alright.
Me?
So your horn... I mean, your performance is good. You're definitely putting the gusto into it. It just maybe isn't supposed to be... Anyways, Phelan appreciates the song, and but you don't get the feeling that she's into you.
I'm surprised.
Perhaps you don't swing that way.
I use my telekinesis to project a shirtless image of myself, a little bit more buff than I actually am.
Okay. Okay.
And
So,
Mr. Squirrel is riding atop my shoulder with a golden halo around his head.
You're doing the mental version of a dick pic.
Yeah.
That's not right. She laughs.
I'm embarrassed that she would laugh at my shirtless self.
No, it's a warm, friendly laugh. She comes over and sort of leans into you with a bit of a hip check as she sits down beside you. She goes, "You barely know me."
We could know each other if you'd like.
Keep in mind we're all in one tent this evening, folk.
I don't mind.
I mean, I don't either, but we've got a paladin in our midst that might have a little
We now
something to
know.
talk about.
We now know Odegarn is the voyeur.
I'm gonna pour myself a drink and watch the show.
Is there like a curtain?
She says to you, Courtney, that you remind her of an old friend.
No, they shouldn't say your
I'll
dad.
just. I'll,
She's like, besides, you're going into the ruin. You're going to need all your strength for tomorrow.
I can't have any regrets. I need to know that if I died tomorrow, I lived as much as I could tonight.
These are amazing Slayer lines. Someone clip that for me. She says she again. You have her laughing, and with that, she continues to drink her drink that you have not. No one has managed to scare her off of. Do you take watch tonight, guys?
Of course.
Yes.
I'm thinking double watch tonight.
I watch her sleep.
Ew.
I watch you creep or sleep.
Courtney's like, no one's ever said no to me.
So we're all just watching Courtney watch her sleep?
I
Apparently. Apparently.
You're my creepy pal.
Who takes watch?
I'll take a watch.
I'll take a watch.
I won't.
Lander, are you going to take a watch?
Yeah. Sorry, I put my hand up, but I was on mute.
Okay. So, who wants to go first? Give me a perception check. Okay.
And my whole watch,
So-
I'm still singing the tale of.
Can I take them in the
Mr.
order they
Squirrel.
came? That Jade is first, Odegaard second, Lander third. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
both of you, all three of you, the tent is comfortable throughout the night. Very comfortable. As far as temperature goes, it keeps the wind off. The wind blows, the snow falls, and the camp is a little bit noisy, though. I mean, there's a lot of dogs barking, even through the night. Off and on. Like, one dog goes off and a whole group of them go off.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to bother the camp any, but it certainly stirs the five of you a few times.
Fucking dogs.
Jade, nothing suspicious happens during your watch. Odegaard, nothing suspicious happens during your watch. And Lander, you hear footsteps outside of the tent. Almost close to you're almost to the end of your what we would call your long rest, and you hear someone walk over to your tent and pause just outside the entrance.
I'll pop out and say hello.
Okay. So you step out, and it's Brynjarn who brought you, the tracker that brought you here. He says, "You need to be wary today. I just
Wary?
overheard.
What?
I just overheard another hunting party has just come in, and they encountered a group of bugbears and goblins out on the tundra,
Which direction?
in the direction you're going."
Well, thank you for the warning. I appreciate it. We'll definitely be on our guard.
He says, "We will most likely be here for another day or two. If you need to retreat to somewhere, I realize that that may not have seemed like a friendly welcome, but you could return here. No one would
Appreciate
take
that.
advantage of you or harm you."
Except for your shaman, but yeah. I hear what you're saying.
He says,
He's just doing his job, though. I get it.
he shrugs. He's not real. He says, I do not know much about the shaman's magic, but I know that he protects us.
So I said he's doing his job. I don't agree with his methods, but I respect that he's doing the best to protect the tribe.
He says, well, please be careful.
Absolutely, yourself as well.
And with that, he departs, and everyone else is sort of starting to wake up now. Lander comes in from outside, and you get a bit of a cold whoosh of air through the tent, and maybe you wake up and sit up.
Yeah, I'll fill him in on the warning we just got to make sure we're on our toes.
Faylen looks energized this morning. She is smiling, and as she stretches and sort of cracks her back and starts to get her armor on, she seems to have a bounce in her step.
Oh, do you need help with your armor there, love?
There's just a few buckles at the back.
I
And
got
she
it.
comes over and turns around for you to do that.
Yep, no problem.
She does not. It's not heavy armor. It's just a breastplate. But yeah. So she gears up, and then starts throwing the cold weather gear over top of it. And yeah, as you all wake up, there's a woman that arrives at the tent with more food and another pitcher of the unknown drink.
You both feel okay after imbibing.
Yeah.
I'll eat and drink the food they offered this time.
Haha, got ya. No.
Haha, this dose is poisoned.
You are not feeling it different here. I ate it and drank it last night willingly.
Yep. So Faylen takes the drink again. It's warm, and pours out any cups. Anybody that would like a cup. There is some left over, and you notice that she packs it into her pack. She makes sure the lid is sealed back on, and she gets it into her backpack. What? Best not waste it.
Oh, no, of course not.
Do you think I can go into the ruin with you? Would you?
If you want
Would you
to.
allow me to do that?
I thought you didn't want to.
Yeah, you had a change of heart. What's changed? It was Courtney, wasn't it?
In a way.
She's
Says,
fallen.
in a way. I think I've missed this. If I can help, I'll join you. I know a bit of magic, and I'm decent with a blade.
Let's take her.
Absolutely, if you're up to it, but
Right now, or should we wait for camp? To take.
Right now, or should we wait? What?
Terry said, "Let's take her," and I said, "Right now, or should we wait for camp?" Sorry. Yes, let's take her. I agree.
I see
With
no
that-
objection.
With that, she smiles almost to the point that she does like a little jump in the air. Her mood really appears different.
all right. If you start feeling weird, you can go. It's okay.
Okay. I think I can do this. I want to do this.
All right, love. We'll go then.
Okay. So, I'm gonna do some dragging around here. Is this just a black screen right now?
See.
See,
My music's all choppy. Could you restart it, please?
I sure can.
Thank you.
It might require you to do a
I tried,
reset.
and it just
Did you?
yeah, it just got all choppy still.
Okay. We got to change it up anyways for here. So
Okay.
let me get some things together here. So sure enough, you head off in the direction they've told you. You quite literally pass over the hills that were pointed at, and that's when you see it. The ruin that you've come here for. A 20-foot high, irregularly shaped spur of rock juts out of the tundra ahead of you. Its smooth and shiny surface cannot possibly have been worn down by the wind. No, this protrusion looks utterly out of place, as if it had been thrust into the ground. She says to you, Phelan, as she rises, she points down to sort of the flat area around this, and she's like, that's where he finished them. There's an opening in the ice near that piece of stone, maybe?
Maybe stone.
She's like, I'm not sure what it is.
Well, shall I go take a look then?
So do you guys move down? You
It's
make
still
your way...
black for me.
Yeah,
Same.
no, I haven't opened it up yet.
Okay, cool.
So you make your way down to this opening in the ice and the snow, and you can see what looks to be a very slippery tunnel leading down, and it turns almost not really corkscrewing, but there's a bend to it, and the tunnel looks like it will probably whatever this thing is jutting out of the snow, it will lead down into it if it extends beneath the snow. I'll give you just a moment. I'll give you. How can we do this? I know how I can do this. Hold on. Assuming this is. It is. I can drag this up, I think. Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to drop your characters in here. This is going to... What you're going to see is a side view, not a map-down view that you're maybe used to. Can you guys see if I do this? Can you see?
No.
Nope.
Can you not see? Scheißen, why can't you see? Because I didn't drop you in the right place, I think.
Now I can see.
Now can you see?
Just my little corner.
I can see a very small little corner.
So this
I
is a
got
side...
nothing. Wait, that
Yeah,
was
no.
it's a really big map. Okay, or I'm just really zoomed in. There it is.
I've tried to pull you over to where it is.
Yeah, got it.
So what you're seeing is that strange sort of funny Y-shaped thing is what's jutting out of the snow. And then there's this tunnel right
There?
here. Yeah, exactly. And it looks
Okay.
like there is no way you're climbing it. Like, Jade, you look down, you might with your claws be able to do it, but there's no way the rest of these people are making it down that tunnel. It's like a chute.
I got crampons.
The snow and ice have made it almost like an icy slide.
That sounds like fun.
I mean, you can slip and slide if you want to, but we don't know what's at the bottom.
I'll send Spooter.
I could do that.
Do you want to send Spooter?
Yeah.
Okay. So you send your familiar down. What is he able to climb? Do we know? What kind of animal is he? I guess
Fighter.
it doesn't matter, but he comes down and are you going through his
Yeah.
eyes? So you sit down or do you hold someone while you do that?
I sit.
Phelan's like, ooh, a familiar. And he when he comes into view and goes down the hole. So this is a very very long twisting slide of ice and rock. And when Spooter reaches the bottom, the slippery tunnel opens into a room. And at first you're very disoriented looking at the room. It's coated in frost. And there's a door across from the tunnel, but it's like for a minute you think Spooter is maybe on the ceiling because everything is upside down. But then you realize he's not on the ceiling. The chamber is literally upside down. The door is up by the roof.
Must be a piece of the tower that broke off.
And 2 statues hang like stalactites from the roof.
I'll relay it to the party. Bye.
Bye, Harry. Hi, Harry.
Welcome back.
Across from the statues, there are 2 sconces burning on the wall, and their flame shoots straight down.
Interesting.
The chamber is not that big, though. Maybe 10 by 15 feet.
I'll describe this room in detail to the party from all 8 eyes.
Yeah, so Odegaard's eyes are sort of rolled back in his head, and you know that he can't see any of you right now. His eyes are with his familiar.
Well, fuck it, and I jump.
Okay. So Jade, yes, sorry, go ahead.
You said it's a long, twisting slide. How long? More than 50 feet?
Yes, more like 100 feet.
So we'd need to tie 2 ropes together to be able to get back out.
You would think so. And as you're considering that, Jade disappears down the tunnel. Jade. So the slippery tunnel opens into an You're over here now, just so you know.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So the slippery tunnel opens into an upside down room, the contents of which are coated in frost. Across the tunnel is a wooden door that's flush with the ceiling, which used to be the floor. The door is slightly ajar, and flanking it are 2 identical stone statues that hang down like stalactites. Across from the statues, where you slid in, are these sconces. But the flame burns down towards the floor, almost dripping from the sconces.
Alright, I'll pick up Spooter and put him on my shoulder.
Okay.
Great.
Well, Jade wasn't harmed, so it should be possible the rest can go.
That's what Odegaard relays to everyone on the surface.
I'll search for traps on this not ceiling.
Yeah, so you're literally standing on the ceiling. So you start to search around for traps. Give me a perception check.
It's totally safe. We're good.
Yep, everything looks good.
Can I want to look at the torches a little bit more, kind of put my hand under them and see if it's actually like hot,
Okay.
like where the flame is dripping or whatever.
It is not. There is no heat.
Oh.
There is zero heat being emitted by these torches.
Okay.
So they are probably a magical continual flame spell of some type, and the fact that the building they're in is upside down makes no difference to them. They've been constructed to appear a certain way, and they just continue to burn that way.
Okay. Are they removable from the sconces, or are they stuck?
They are not. No.
Okay. Great. Well, I'm just
Side
going
note,
Yep.
I stepped out of the room to see what Natasha was yelling about. She waved by and shoved me back in the room and closed my door.
Well, you've been told.
Yeah, that tracks.
You've been told to play.
Yep.
What is everyone else up on the surface doing? It takes Jay a
Looking
few
for-
moments to search the room.
Looking for another rope to tie together so we can have a way out if there's no other way.
Okay.
Does anybody else have 50 feet of rope?
I believe I do in my pack.
I do.
All right, let's find somewhere to tie off. And
Well, I don't know if you can see on the map, but there's a very sort of almost like a teapot arm sticking off the top. Of...
that's what I was thinking. We could lasso
Do you
that.
want to lasso that? And
Sure.
okay.
Give us
And then-
non-clod folk a way to get out.
And then who's gonna slide down the tunnel first with the rope?
I'm gonna offer my hand to is it Raylan or Faylen that's with us?
Faye, like the Faye
Oh,
people.
Faye.
Faylen.
You don't even know her name. How can you be wooing her? How dare you, sir?
That's not how I operate. Names aren't important to me.
So does
Oh.
everyone go down?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, together all at the same time. It's a
Yeah.
going down party.
I will shout Cowabunga.
Yeehaw!
I'll go last.
Okay. So let's
File
do-
real quick, guys.
Yeah, that's okay. Maybe what we'll do there, as we begin to explore here, we'll take a quick break, because I wouldn't mind a drink either, and then we'll come back and explore this this ruin that everyone's found. Sound good?
Sound good?
Fair enough. Say no
Sounds good.
more.
Okay, we will see you in 5 minutes, everybody.
Let's do it.
Hello.
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 Hello and welcome. Okay,
Hello.
so it would help if I had my map up here.
That would help.
There we go. Yep. So everybody sees the upside down room that I described.
Oh, there it is.
Two statues hanging from the ceiling. Two sconces burning on the walls with their fire dripping down.
So much fire.
It's all drippy.
So there's no heat. I'll like put my hand through it and wiggle it about. I haven't gone much further in, but I think it's pretty safe. I looked for traps. We're also on the ceiling, so I don't know how that works.
So the room is about 12 feet high. And the doorway is only about... the door is an 8-foot high arch. So, which means there's a 4-foot... like, if you open the door, there's a 4-foot little wall that you have to parkour over.
Parkour!
Parkour!
I'll parkour it.
I'll combat roll through it. Over it, not through it. Over it.
Okay. Let me open up that door for you then. There's a tunnel beyond. And there are 2 doors off of this, and at the end, there's a set of stairs that would have originally gone up, but now you see them going down. However, they are frost-filled, and there is choked with rubble and ice, and cannot be used.
Oh, Faylen, you didn't go in, correct? You're outside?
She's looking around, and as you say that to her, you sort of catch her just caught up in the wonder of the chamber, and she's like, "No, this is all new.
All right.
We found the orb in the snow about 100 feet from that hole we came down.
Right, and that's where he went a little cuckoo and tried to kill all you.
And then when we brought him back here, that same area out there is where he put an end to
Right, I'm sorry.
all of them.
Okay.
No, I want to do this.
Are you
We're
sure?
gonna make it right. We'll make it right here today.
Oh, okay. I don't know how you're gonna make it right because the guy who did it is already dead. Maybe.
Whatever he wanted is here.
Okay.
East Haven said that they only took, I believe, a spell book from him. Whatever he wanted must still be here.
Well, they also had this bag and it was really cool.
Oh.
Yeah, we got it for finding the fisherman.
I didn't know there was a bag.
Hey. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and look for traps and look for anything that might kill the rest of you. Just, stay back a bit.
I'll stay here and guard Courtney.
Alright, you do that. I'm sure his arse will need a lot
take
of
her
protecting. And I will start looking for traps down the hallway. At the first door.
You have a look around, and the ceiling does not appear to be trapped.
Okay. I'll check
The ceiling
this door.
meaning the floor.
I'll check this door for traps.
Okay. For sake, I will refer to everything as the floor, but as long as you guys remember, it is the ceiling. There are no traps on this door.
And is it
that
unlocked?
you can see. It is.
I will push it open.
So you swing the door open.
And it blows up in me fucking face.
And this room contains shattered and jumbled equipment. Much of it near 2 heavy wooden work tables, one on its side and the other upside down. It looks like everything that was in here came clattering to the floor, well, the ceiling, when this thing inverted.
All right. I'll give like a little tail flick out in the hallway to let them know they can come in.
Okay.
And then I'll start poking around the debris.
Anyone else moving further into the...
Yeah, I'll move up.
Yep.
I'll go wherever Faylen goes.
You're gonna be one of those couples, aren't you?
Yeah.
Gross.
We have each other's hands in our back pockets. Maximum cringe, 110%.
Did you see the cringe? It was there. It was present.
And so the two of you, Lander and Odegar, and you guys crawl over the top of the door frame and into the hallway. As you search through the wreckage, Jade, it all looks pretty broken. This must have been some kind of a workshop, maybe. But you do find a iron key.
All right. I'll pocket that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll check this door for traps.
You seem a little paranoid. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm totally fine. Everything's fine. Everything is perfectly fine.
Everything's fine here. How are you? Okay. There are no traps.
Okay.
There are no traps.
I will open the door.
And the floor of this room is covered with shards of glass, frozen pools of spilt fluids, and the wreckage of two cabinets. In a niche in the far corner of the room, a metal chest is bolted to the ceiling, its lid closed. This is the niche it's referring to. Oh, you can't see that. I'm on the wrong. This niche right here. So it would have originally been bolted to the floor. So now the chest is hanging from the ceiling. As you move through the room, though, there's different pools of liquid that are frozen here, all different colors, and broken glass mixed in amongst it. And Jade, as hard as you try, your boot occasionally, it crushes a piece. You can hear it crush a piece of glass under your heel or your toe.
All right.
I forgot to change the music up. My bad. Here we go.
All right. I will move over to the chest and punch Agni for being an ADD kid.
So you're standing on the floor and looking up at the chest. It's 12 feet above you.
Yeah. Lander, come here. I'm going to stand on your shoulders.
All right, let's do this.
The music really doesn't help me with my paranoia. I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
It's just a little creepy.
It's a little creepy?
Not as creepy as the witch
hello,
coven, but yes, creepy.
Where do you need me?
Here. And I'll move
There?
him under the chest, and then I'll climb up his back and stand on his shoulders.
I'll hold her ankles, because that's what I'm supposed to do.
That doesn't sound right at all. Okay, give me an acrobatics check. Not a high DC, I'm just going to say a 10. And that'll be to stand on the shoulders.
Nailed it.
Not
we can join the circus, you think?
Not you, sir. Okay. So you get up on his shoulders, and How tall is Lander?
6'5"-ish, 6'4".
Go even shorter.
That was intense.
That music just came out of nowhere and kicked me in
Yeah,
the
it
face.
It's
Yeah, I
loud.
suddenly shit my pants. When the DM doesn't listen to the entire song, only the first minute or so to get the feeling. I'm going to turn that music down a bit so I don't...
What was that?
What?
Yeah, exactly. I'm more worried about the ears of our listeners. Dun, 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 dun.
Why start worrying now? They've been listening to us for how long? Pretty sure the damage is already done.
Okay,
I
Jade.
like how it got intense when you tried to touch the chest.
You're on
Right?
his
I thought he
shoulders
did it
and
on purpose.
You can reach up and get to the lock on the chest.
Okay, I'm gonna check it
The
for
lock
traps.
hangs funny. It's a padlock, and it's like the wrong way. Like the lock is in against the chest, the opening.
Okay. I'll check it for traps.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm really paranoid.
You give it a look over. It seems okay.
Okay.
I throw a Spooter up there to open it.
Can Spooter open a lock?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
Spooter's
gonna
still
say-
on my shoulder.
I'm gonna say no.
And I will try to open it with my thieves' tools. That is not a warhammer.
Okay. Give me a thieves' tool check.
23.
All right. So you've unlocked the padlock.
I'm gonna keep my hand under the lid and just kind of like open it
Yeah.
a little bit to peek in it. Make sure it doesn't go crashing everywhere.
Very good. As you do that, you can hear inside the lid some things roll around, and as they touch each other, they make like glass on glass, like a tink.
Okay.
Like there's maybe some bottles rolling around in the lid of the chest.
Okay. I'm going to...
And more than like there's a couple up in there.
Okay. I will carefully...
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Just open a little bit. Spooter will climb in there and lower him down with his spider webs.
He still needs to be able to get them out of the crack.
There is no way a tiny spider can do that. There is no way.
It's fine. I'm an old hand at this. I got it. Spooter, you just stay there. You're good. And then I'll lower the lid, and I'll just enough that something gets snagged. Every time I start doing something, it goes bah, bah! God damn it! I
Oh,
seriously
that's
thought you did it on purpose the first time.
Since the music did that, Lander, why don't you give me an acrobatics check as Jade keeps her balance? Can you keep your balance?
I rolled a 16 already. Do you want me to roll again? 'Cause you told
Did
me
you?
not to
Okay,
roll,
let's
I rolled.
let's take that roll. Let's take that roll. So you are a steady base. You are a
I'm her
steady
rock.
bottom. You are the
He
bottom.
Yeah.
is.
I used
Yeah.
to be a cheerleader.
Alright, so I'm gonna lower the
Jade
lid.
is the top.
And as things start to like roll to me, I'll kind of like wiggle them out one by one and like shove them in my
All
bag.
right. You managed to get 4 potions out of the chest lid.
What about the rest of the chest?
I don't know.
Sure.
Well, you feel all the weight has gone
I'm
on
being
the
a
lid.
smartass.
Well,
Okay.
all the weight has gone on the lid.
Okay, so I'll open it the rest of the way and just
Okay.
kind of search for like a false bottom or something.
You can see sort of a built-in insert where these 4 potions would have sat had you opened the chest normally.
Okay.
But they've fallen into the lid and you've saved them. There are no false bottoms.
Okay. And then I'll hop down off Lander's shoulders. Give him a pat on the head. Thank you.
Anytime.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
And then I'll just kind of... Well, I got these. I don't know what they do, but I got them.
Cool. Do they look magic?
Well, we're assuming a wizard's tower, and they're potion bottles. Gonna guess
Probably
yes.
mundane. Probably
Oh.
sparkling water.
Probably water or wine. Oh, wine.
They do bubble a little bit. Like they look fizzy.
Busy lifting drink. Got it.
Courtney, Phelan says, I think she found some potions. I love magic. Don't you like magic?
I love how magical you are.
She smiles at you, gives you a little shove.
Oh,
You have
you.
a one-track mind.
Using minor illusion, I make my eyes glow.
God.
She goes, if we have to fight something down here, I'll show you a real glow.
Hey, can you pull yourself away from her, loveliness?
You guys walk in and you feel like you're interrupting something when you come back into the workshop.
Can
And
you,
Courtney's eyes are glowing.
can you identify these before we move ahead?
When I was doing his eye thing again, give him a couple minutes.
No, we don't really got a couple minutes.
Does Courtney have Identify? I think he does.
I do, yeah.
Every time.
Does Courtney have Identify? Dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun. This is the best music
This
ever.
is the
I'm gonna
worst
say.
track ever.
Okay, Courtney, do you want to take a moment to identify these?
Yes.
Okay, so you set up a little ritual casting here and get your Identify spell rolling. So there are 4 potions of resistance. There's one for acid, one for cold, one for fire, and one for force.
Okay.
Do you want me to drop those into the party loot for you?
Oh, I was keeping track of it on my Google
Oh, are ya?
my
Okay.
sheet. I know we don't have a bag of holding yet. But
It may never happen.
oh no.
The other character has 2.
Yeah.
You don't need one here.
Sure I do.
Bum bum
Just borrow-
bum.
Do
Just
anyone
borrow one
have
from the other
boots
character, it'll be
of
fine.
Does any what?
Does anyone have the boots of escaping?
Boots of escaping.
Yeah. Never mind. You obviously do not know the skit.
No, I do not know the skit.
I'll send it to you. You can watch it later.
That sounds like a plan. All right.
Sounds.
So where to now?
There's another door.
Alright, I'll go look for traps.
I'm ready to hold your ankles if you need.
Alright.
I'm not sure I like that term.
I don't either.
Oh,
I'm using it anyway. I'm gonna normalize it.
you're taking it back.
I'm taking it back.
Okay. You don't think there's any traps?
Alright, I push it open.
Okay.
You're waiting for the dun-dun, aren't you?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But don't worry, it'll come back around. So, tall bookshelves affixed to the outer wall have spilled their contents onto the ceiling-turned floor. A large table lies on its side, one leg broken, and a 5-foot-wide tunnel in the floor leads to the east, leads down. So there's a hole here.
That's in the ceiling floor.
What?
That's in the ceiling floor leading
That's correct.
down. So it was leading up at some point, maybe?
Well, yes, it would have. If it was there when the thing was the other way around, it would have lit up. But it leads down. It leads
Got it.
down. It's like Phelan's like, "Come on, Courtney, I don't want to miss this."
All right. Poke around in the books, see what's what.
All right. Most of the books in the library have been destroyed by time and neglect. However, there are a few left behind that grab your eye. One is entitled. What is entitled?
What's it entitled, Jeremy?
The Magical Wonders of Netheril. Another is entitled The Mysteries of Faylen. And lastly, The Wizards in the Hollow.
The wizards in the what?
Wizards in the Hollow.
That sounds like a porn book. I'm gonna take that one.
I'm linking. Hold on.
Okay.
So there's one title, two titles, and three titles.
You know the music fall calm while we're doing nothing, but as soon as we do something, it spikes.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
All right. I will put all the books in my bag for later perusing or bribery of another
All right.
wizard type folk.
All right. Well, the Netheril, you know, that strikes some familiarity because the cleric told you that the Netherese empire of wizards is where these orbs
Yeah.
maybe came from.
Yeah, Copperlocks told us that.
Yes.
Or no, the Macretus told us that.
No, Macretus didn't. What's her name?
The priestess.
The cleric in
Oh,
Bryn
yeah.
Shander.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't write down who actually told us what. Okay, I will skim through that one real quick then.
Okay. The book seems to be a collection of interviews with Netherese archmages. They discuss their studies of ancient elven magic and the creation of something called the Mythalars.
That's the orbs.
That's right. The book includes sketches of such devices, and they look very familiar.
Okay. Alright, I'll hold the book out for Phelan. This is what it looked like. The one you found.
She quickly takes the book, excitedly looking through the pages and flipping and turning back over. It's like, yes, but look at the scale here. And when she motions to that, you notice that these orbs look very large, like the size of a small boat, like 20, 30 feet across. They have, like, the drawings are to scale, and they show a man standing beside them. And she's like, these are very large, though, compared to what what we found. Large orbs. That's what my chat just said.
Contain yourself.
Large orbs.
Large orbs.
Alright,
Someone is on Team Courtney. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, put that in my bag, and well, I think the only way we can go forward is to go down further.
Let's do it.
Let's do the thing.
Do it.
I send Scooter down first.
I let Spooter down
Okay.
off my shoulder.
So the hole that Spooter goes down is quite deep.
Been there.
Oh, Jesus. He enters into a chamber similar to the ones you've already seen. This room contains, in that they're upside down, this room contains 2 metal cages, both badly damaged. Nearby, 2 rough dug tunnels. One leading through the ceiling and one leading through the floor leave the chamber. Narrow windows along the bowed out wall afford you a glimpse of the earth into which the structure impaled itself.
How
Let me move Agni down here so we can see.
steep was the, or how like slick is the wall? Would it be-
Not so bad. The ice has not formed on this tube like the other one, and it's about 20 feet down into the next chamber.
Okay. Well, I will get stealthy and climb down then.
Okay.
Oops.
Give me an athletics to reach the bottom.
I have a climb speed of 20.
Okay.
Do you still need an athletics check?
No, if you have a climb speed, you don't need a check. Sorry, I didn't know you had that.
That's okay.
Uh,
Tabaxi.
so this is where you come out, right below that dotted circle. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can't see the dotted circle, but
Oh, no.
that leads up into the right above you. There is what leads up to the level above where your friends are.
Okay.
These are the windows, and you can see solid ice, snow, well, frost. It's earth, so it's like dirt with frost all over it, and the 2 cages and 2 doors leading from the room.
Nothing in the cages?
They are empty.
Okay.
We only have 1 rope left, right?
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah.
I misspoke. One of the cages has some sort of insect carapace in it.
How big is this carapace?
About the size of a man, a medium creature. Would you like to give me a nature check?
It's a tricrene.
13?
Okay. Yeah, you're not sure what bug it came from.
Alright, I think you guys can come down.
I'm going down.
How are we getting down this one? Are we putting a are we putting a rope?
I'm gonna make a TikTok
How
after
are we
this
getting
episode, and it's gonna be like all the times Jeremy forgot to listen to the music before playing.
The rest of the music's great, and this is actually very entertaining. I like it when we can hit this right.
It's too much pressure to make a decision on how I'm going down now.
So 2 lengths of rope are outside. So is there rope left?
With consent.
We have 1 rope left, yeah.
I'll see if Faylen has one.
This one isn't frosty though, so should be safer to try. Maybe.
Yes.
And how high is the ceiling from the floor?
Faylen does not have rope. So the chamber that you're in is 12 feet high,
Okay.
and it's about 20 feet the tunnel.
Okay.
The tunnel is not entirely stone. It looks like it was dug. Like if you are inside of some kind of a tower, portions of it have maybe broken apart from one another, and there's actually dirt between the levels. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just gonna jump down.
Okay. Do you have any way to protect yourself from a fall?
Nope.
Okay, so Odegarn leaps and suffers 11 damage from falling.
Cool.
Cool.
The fuck's
I
wrong
take-
with you?
I take 1 point of damage.
Why
Temporary.
is that? What?
Oh, the temporary
Temporary hit
HP.
points.
Oh, your temporary HP. Yep.
So, can I use Odegarn as a crash mat now? And not take damage if I land on him?
Jump lander, I will catch you.
I thought you said you had more rope.
Is there a
Yeah,
place
but
we can...
we can need it for a bigger hole.
I've got rope.
Let's worry about the bigger hole when we get there. Let's deal with the hole in front of us. Bird in the
Okay.
hand and all that. Will a 50-foot rope get us down there?
It
Yeah.
will.
Well then, yeah, let's
So
do the thing.
Faylen casts false life on herself. Seeing how Odegarn fell, she looks at Courtney. She goes, "Is this how we're going down? We're gonna just jump."
No.
No.
Superhero landing.
Anyway, she earned herself 8 temporary hit points with that spell. So, are you gonna throw the rope?
No, we're gonna tie it off first.
Okay, you could maybe tie it off to the bookshelf. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or will you?
Join us next week. Yes, I'll tie it off to the bookshelf.
Are you sure? Dun, dun, dun.
You see, done a cat.
I'll tie it
Okay.
off to the door handle.
God.
All
Because
right.
that seems sturdy.
So Phelan slides down that.
Oh, she's got a temporary hit point. She doesn't need the rope.
So she says we can throw it down the next hole. It's right here.
I've got another rope too. Just,
So everybody goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rappel down like I'm like James Bond, like bouncing off the wall every feet.
Well, I go head first like Mission Impossible to look cooler than Courtney.
And there's 50 feet of rope, and you hit the floor. Because it's only a 30-foot drop.
Head first.
So there's, as I said, if anybody would like, you can make a nature check to try to figure out the insect that's in this cage over here.
Yeah, I definitely point
But
that out to everybody.
There are 2 doors from the room.
I shall check with my nature.
Any idea what this is, Phelan?
I got an 18.
She's like, I've never seen a bug like that before.
Fucking
don't
gross, eh?
We don't get many bugs up here in Icewind Dale.
Alright, well, let's just call it gross and go from there.
Okay.
I'll check
I don't know what it is with an
this
18.
door.
You can give me a check.
18. On my nature check.
Yeah, you don't know what it is either.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the dun dun dun. You open the door and
I did a perception check.
oh, I thought you were opening the door. You don't find any traps.
Okay.
An upside down table sits in the middle of the room, and books are scattered around it. Clinging to the bowed outer wall is an upside down fireplace. Along the same wall is a window with nothing but hard packed earth beyond it.
Bugs in the fireplace?
You know. That's a thing in my
It
games.
is. It is.
These are the names of the 2 books that you find.
Right. Ajamar's Guide to the Fantastic and the Unfettered Mind.
The Unfettered Mind strikes you as the odd name for a book.
Give a flip through that.
Give me
That
a
was your
wisdom
first
save.
mistake.
Really?
No, not really.
Okay.
Con save.
So the text is strange in this book, and basically it's discusses how one might exist solely as a disembodied brain, preserved for eons in magical suspension. It includes sketches of brains in jars.
That would spin out of the broken glass upstairs.
It's a bit pornographic. All these brains need is a little head.
But
That's all I'm gonna get, hey? Okay, fine. Move along!
Okay, so with that in mind, how does it discuss it? Like, does it say you remove the brain and like the body can still function, or like are you removing the brain?
The text is described as a lunatic text discussion. This lunatic text discusses how one might exist solely as a disembodied brain. It's not meant to be comedic, but at the same time, this is not the type of magic or arcana that sane wizards would research. You feel that you're looking at the text of a sort of like a mad scientist.
Getting a real Bill Nye vibe.
All right. Tuck those in my bag. And this is the window over here that you said?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. It's a narrow, tall window.
All right, I'll check this one over here for traps.
Okay, and Agni, are you opening that one? Are you doing the thing?
Doing a thing. A thing, not the thing. I'm investigating the door.
So you don't find any traps. I'm gonna open these both at the same time.
I'm gonna kick that door open.
Kick down the door and loot the room. Be Munchkin. Agni, beyond your door, the room contains the shattered remains of a desk and some chairs. You quickly discover that all sound is muted in this room, as if a permanent silence spell is cast there.
I like it.
Jade, the staircase once connected to the floor that you just came from, but it's choked with rubble and ice. Partially buried under the rubble is a human skeleton in tattered robes.
A human skeleton.
A human skeleton in tattered robes. Dun dun dun. I'm sorry. This is the best fucking
this is
session of this game ever. Ever.
Jared, what you need to do is find a timer so you know where the interval of that sound is going to be, and whenever you're about to deliver a sentence, use that sound coming up to do it just perfectly.
I'll do my best.
Okay, I will check out what the wizard has, see if there's anything that didn't, get crushed with him. Or whoever this is.
Alright, you take a quick look over the body. Make an investigation check for me.
Spooter will assist.
Okay. Can in that?
He can do the help action.
Okay. So, Jade, the skeleton's pretty much intact. It's obvious how he died. He was crushed. However, his skeleton is intact, except there is a finger missing. A ring finger off of his left hand.
Is that significant?
You're not sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, if it had some sort of signet ring or something, and I thought. Not that I would know anything about removing fingers for rings.
Phelan's like, Courtney, is Jade a good person? She's talking
More
about
cat than person, but she's a good kitty.
removing fingers in that other room. They found a skeleton, I think.
Right. Doesn't have anything else
Nothing
with
else.
it? Alright. Well, I'm gonna take the hand that is missing a finger.
Okay.
The whole thing, eh?
So you pull it off?
Yep.
So sort of like the old, decayed, rotted ligaments just like sort of pop, and then you have, the hand kind of falls apart a little bit. You scoop it up into a bag.
Yeah, I put it in my body bag.
Oh!
Dun dun!
I know. If only you could have been like, into the body bag.
I was like 10 seconds off.
Okay. Where to? That room is it has broken a shattered desk and chairs and is completely silent.
Right. Okay, I will check this door over here then.
Okay.
Oh shit. Agni,
It
get
seems
out.
okay. Would you like to open it?
Yeah, I'll open it.
This spiral staircase is choked with rubble and rendered impassable, but it goes down.
So up?
That looks like a butthole.
No way.
Yeah, it's a butthole. Right there.
So you have you have a coil of about 10 to 20 feet of rope there at the bottom where Agni's standing.
Then Spooter?
Send Spooter.
Down to the next level?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to move Agni so he can see it. The description. So this chamber appears to have been a wizard's laboratory, as evidenced by the upside-down storage cupboard and empty shelf fastened to the wall. The shattered glass and alchemical equipment strewn across the floor, and the arcane symbols painted on what is now the ceiling. In the middle of this space, a 5-foot wide tunnel punches through the ceiling, which Spooter has just come in, and then another through the floor to another level below. Near them, a partially collapsed wall exposes a room that lies beyond. That would be over
I want to send Spooter over to investigate.
How far down was it?
Let me check that for you. Hold on. Not as far as the last one. About 10 feet.
Okay, so we can just kick the coil.
Yeah.
I
Right.
jump and roll.
I climb down.
Are you jumping again, Agni?
Yeah. I'm going to do a tumble at the bottom.
Fantastic.
Acrobatics check.
So it's a 10-foot tube and then another 10 feet to the floor. And you jump down.
Yeah, doing acrobatics, and I tumble and roll.
Yeah, that's great. You still take the damage.
That's cool.
9 points.
It was
of
worth
damage.
it.
Yes, that one was perfect. 9 points of damage.
I hate all of this. I'll climb down as well.
I'm gonna
Okay.
climb down 15 feet of the way, and then I'm gonna drop the rest into a Superman landing.
Nice.
Nice. 5 feet.
Yeah.
So as you do all that, the noise of Agni hitting the floor and whatnot, the door in this chamber over here opens.
Which over where? So I wasn't
I'm going to show you.
that one. Okay.
The
And-
noise caused it to open.
And a man looks through the gap.
Oh, holy fuck, there's somebody living here. Nice hat.
You immediately recognize him as the man that was burnt up in the fire.
I knew it.
You hear Faylen even gasp a little as she sees him.
You tricky motherfucker.
You can only see him from the waist up because the rest is beneath the archway of the door. And he looks at you from beneath a frayed witch's hat. He says, "Welcome to the lost spire of Nethril. My name is Dazan."
Yeah, we know. We watched you die already once.
With that, utter horror creeps over his face. Dazan is dead?
Yeah, burnt alive in East Haven.
With that, he walks through the wall as if it's not even there. And into this room. As he is some sort of incorporeal creature, perhaps. And he says, I am a simulacrum of my creator. The tower is but a fragment of a Netherese flying city that crashed nearly 2,000 years ago and lies somewhere under the glacier to the east. On the lowest level of this inverted tower, my creator found a chamber that could turn illusion into reality. The life spark of a living creature is needed to activate its power. As a creation of snow and shadow, I have no life spark of my own. And Krintas, my bodyguard, who now steps from the other room and is clearly an unliving creature of some type. Krintas, my undead bodyguard, is no help in this regard. I assure you, the chamber can in no way harm you. Would you lend me your assistance so that I might become whole?
No, because the other you fucking killed all her friends and made her go blind in one eye.
I did what?
You killed all of her friends and made her go blind in one eye.
He looks at Faylen. He says, "Please understand. I'm merely a simulacrum. I am not Dazan himself. I do not know why he made such a choice, and I wish not to be judged by my creator's errors."
What do you say, Phelan?
I don't know. I thought he was dead, but he sounds just like the man. I assure you, I am not the Dazan who inflicted these wounds upon you. Come, touch me. I am nothing more than shadow and snow. And he sort of walks towards the party with his hand extended. Phelan mirrors his steps towards the party by just backing away.
That's far enough.
He stops. Please, come to the lower level and allow me to become something more than shadow.
Why does a shadow need a bodyguard?
Although I am shadow and snow, you can destroy me. But there was great value in this creation, and Dazan desired my protection.
Well, he's dead, so... Kinda, you can probably just go away.
But I am but inanimate things. I wish to become whole.
You want to be a real boy.
I want to be a real boy. He's like, he nods. He just nods to you in silence.
How many creations did Dazan make?
I am not sure.
More than one?
Dazan came to Icewind Dale with three other wizards from the Arcane Brotherhood. I do not know of their current whereabouts, but I only know that I exist here alone with only, and he points to the undead creature standing with him, with only this as company. He looks to Phelan. He says, I do not possess my maker's spellbook. I am powerless to hurt you. If you make me whole, I will be but a man.
I'm going to ask him what he intends to do once he becomes a man.
I would do what any man wishes to do. I would want to live and to gain knowledge.
Damn it.
Your insight proves it's difficult to read. He's human-like, but not human.
Faylen, what you thinking?
I did not know such a thing could exist.
Seems
I
legit. I definitely trust him.
I pity him.
But
No buts.
do you want to help him then?
I don't know if it's safe to help him, but I would pity an existence in this, and she looks all around the chamber, place. Wouldn't you?
Aye, but you don't know what's keeping it here. Are you bound here?
I must stay here by the by the rune chamber, for that is the only thing that can bring me to life again, so that I might be Dazan again.
Well, see, therein lies the problem, because Dazan fucking killed like 5 people. For no reason other than an orb.
I do not know his reasoning. I can only promise you that I will not harm any of you for helping me. I am not that man, even though I possess his memories and his...
If you possess his knowledge and his memories, even without his spellbook, what's to keep you from doing the same? Because logically, you would also have the same sort of wants and needs and desires as he did, which led him to ultimately kill all those people.
I would certainly wish to acquire a spell book and begin to retrain myself in arcane ways. That is my desire, that is my purpose.
Fucking wizards.
They
Lander,
said you needed the spark of a living to come back. How much of a spark are we talking here?
I believe that I only need the presence of a living creature within the rune chamber.
In order to possess them and take over their body?
or take their
No.
essence.
No! The chamber allows the illusion to take true shape. If you could conjure an illusionary blade, we could make a blade. However,
Anybody have minor illusion?
I need life. Life restores life.
Can we test his theory with a minor illusion?
We can make a bunch more rope.
Of course, of course. You need only accompany me. And he motions to the hole in the floor.
If we're worried about one of us being the spark of life, we could use one of the animals from the bag.
That's true.
Ooh. Shit just got dark.
I mean,
Two.
I don't
miss
have their
Mr.
names
Squirrel.
anymore because it's on Fantasy Ground, so.
Yeah, you straight up murdered Mr. Squirrel, and you're telling me I'm dark for sacrificing a badger.
A badger that's a fake creature and not even real.
He has a name, doesn't he?
On Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I can get it one of these nights. That information.
I like that idea. Why don't
Maybe.
we throw a
Maybe.
fuzzy ball into the chamber?
Bum bum bum.
Alright. How far down is this hole here?
Let me check. About the same as the last one, about 10 feet.
Alright. I hand off rope to Lander, and I climb down without the rope.
Oh,
Or if you want to spend...
let's say, can't Scooter technically qualify?
As a living thing?
He's a fake
I
creature.
suppose.
He's alive. He has hit points.
Yeah. Yeah, he's conjured, but he's still life.
Do you want to run the risk of having him die and having to go through the whatever of re-summoning him or whatever?
Or I can summon my fire spirit. It's technically a fae that takes form.
Is it a fae or an elemental? Because an elemental would not qualify.
Yeah, let me remember how to find that on this.
I'm pretty sure it's an elemental. Here, I'll just open him up. He is a small elemental, a wildfire spirit.
I could summon a fae if we're really worried about that.
So, going down this hole, is that directly into the chamber, or is there like a waiting room?
No, this tunnel leads into another chamber beneath us.
But is that the chamber?
No, it is across the hall from the room below.
Right. Well, you lot get ready, come down, and I'll go take a look.
All right.
Okay, so who's going down?
Me.
What's
What
that?
are the undead? Yeah, Jade was going down.
Yep.
Okay.
What are the undead guy and the simulacrum doing?
Well, they moved to also go down the hole.
I'll motion them to go and go after them, but I'm going to check the room as soon as they go down the hole
Okay.
they
hold on.
just came from.
Yes. So Jade drops down.
Stealthily.
Yes, and very quietly drops to the floor. Rusty tableware, shattered plates, and broken chairs lie scattered on the floor amid two tables, one overturned and one on its side over here.
I'll just give a quick look around, see if there's anything useful, and then I'll check the door first.
Okay, so as you round the table here, crawling out from behind the tipped-over table is a hulking, 8-legged reptile with glowing eyes.
Oh, fuck!
And I would like Jade to give me a Constitution saving throw as she looks into the eyes of the creature.
15.
You are okay. You don't turn to stone, and we are going to roll initiative. Let me clear out the remove all turns.
Perfect timing.
Oh. There we go. So everybody can go ahead and roll initiative. I will assume that Jade cries out or something to alert those above.
There was definitely an oh fuck!
Fuck, man, the Gotas! Okay. Has everyone rolled? Except for maybe me?
I rolled, but it didn't put me on the turn order.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. What did you roll, Courtney?
Both me and Odegarn rolled 5s.
Let me grab this here. And then Courtney. Courtney, you get a 5. Odegarn. Would Courtney or Odegarn like to go first?
Courtney.
Of being voluntold, it's me. I am more initiate.
So the first to react is Jade.
Whatever you do, don't look it in the eye.
So, hang on. If a creature starts within 30 feet of the basilisk, the two of them can see each other. The basilisk can force the creature to make a Constitution saving throw if the basilisk isn't incapacitated. A creature that isn't surprised can avert its eyes to avoid the saving throw at the start of the turn. But if it does so, it can't see the basilisk until the start of its next turn.
So I
So,
was.
are you going to avert?
Yeah.
Okay. And where do you go?
Over here.
You run over to the corner.
Yep.
Doing anything?
I'm going to. Might as well try to shoot it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you disadvantage for averting your eyes, and it's got cover from the table. I'm going to give it a +2 to its armor class. So go ahead and roll.
Whoops.
So an 8, that definitely misses. That is a natural 1.
That is a natural 1. Dun dun.
The undead creature just forfeits its turn, and Phelan runs and tries to look. She looks down the hole. She has her bow out, and she's aiming. Can't see anything. So if anything crosses in front of the hole, she's going to let off a shot at it. Lander, it is your turn.
So the undead guy didn't do anything?
No, he's standing beside the simulacrum. The simulacrum has not moved yet.
I'm going to ask what's below. Before jumping
The
down the hole.
simulacrum looks at you and goes, "I don't understand. There should be nothing down there."
You smell of lies and cheese. And I jump down the hole.
You just gonna jump?
Well, is there a rope?
No, there's
Oh,
not.
we haven't tied that off yet. Okay. Then I guess I'm gonna jump.
Okay. So you take 8 points of falling damage,
I take -2.
and you have half your movement left when you reach the bottom of the hole.
Okay. So I'm going to try not to look. What square? I guess I'm in that square.
Sure.
I'll go there.
Yep,
And am I at disadvantage because I'm averting my gaze?
that's correct.
Does a 21 hit
Yes, it does.
for
So
15?
15 slashing damage.
Yeah.
That's a lot of slashing damage. Wow. Do you have
Wow.
+5 damage? Yeah.
That's I rolled.
What are your
an
modifiers? I know the sword is +1.
8. +1,
And where does
+5.
Yeah. Where does the other +1 come from?
I'm not sure where the other +1 comes from. Maybe I did this wrong. Oh, it's got magic bonus 1 and then charisma and then a +1. So let me take the magic off. So it does 14.
Okay. I mean, if I'm wrong, that's okay. So 14?
Yeah, no, I don't. I shouldn't. Oh wait, it's a +1 if I've got the hex, but I didn't hex it. So
Oh, I see. No, it would be more than that, wouldn't it? Because your hex is your charisma bonus again, is it not?
maybe I'll have to read it again. Anyways, regardless, I
Yes.
smacked it.
So Dazan's simulacrum walks over to the edge of the hole and magically begins to levitate down, arriving beside Jade. Odegarn. Is Odegarn gone right now?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
Natasha
okay.
was just yelling.
It's your turn, my man.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump down the hole.
All right. You leap down the hole and suffer 3 damage.
Okay, cool.
And are you averting your eyes?
No.
Okay. Doing anything else this round?
Yes. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam in its space.
Moonbeam. Okay. I will put the moonbeam on here. And does he make the save now or on his start of his turn?
I'm trying to figure that out. It says up to 2 creatures within 5 feet. That's it.
Until the spell ends. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So when it starts its turn, this will deal damage.
Okay, cool.
Courtney! It's just you, the dead guy, and Phelan.
Okay. Do I need to be able to see the basilisk to be able to use dissonant whisper?
Does it require a saving throw? Or do you roll to hit with that? Do you remember? I can check that for you. Dissonant.
Yeah, it requires a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, then you cannot avert your eyes to use that spell because it requires you to see the target.
Okie doke. I'll drop down the hole.
So you're gonna jump.
Yeah, I'll jump down.
So you take 7 points of damage.
Okay. I will bardically inspire
Arrive here.
Jade.
And what will you do?
I'm gonna bardically inspire Jade.
Okay.
And do I need to be looking at the creature to use vicious mockery?
Yes, because it requires a saving throw.
Okie doke. Is anyone
You kind of
injured?
get it for free this round because the saving throw only happens when it becomes the basilisk's turn.
Okay, then I'll just.
Incidentally, the basilisk. Did I roll? Oh yeah, there's his initiative. Yeah. So on its turn, anybody within 30 feet will have to make the saving throw and choose to avert their eyes or not. Sorry, I'm doing that wrong. If you start your turn within 30 feet of the basilisk, that's when you have to tell me whether you're averting your eyes or not. So technically, you get a free shot here.
Okay.
So I should have had a free shot too, but I hit it anyway.
Yeah.
I'll use dissonant whispers then. Okay, it says when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6 for each spell slot above 1st. So I'll use it as a 3rd.
So when you
spell.
cast it, it should query you as to how much you'd like to pump it up.
Okay. So just click it then?
Yes.
Okay, and then I'll do it at 3rd level.
Okay, so it has to make a wisdom save now. And it got a 13. So that is a failure. So you do a total of 12 psychic damage to it. And what else does Distant Whispers do?
It has to run as far away from me as possible.
Well, guess what? It can't run any further away from you.
What? How did I do 7 damage? It does 3,
Well, I guess
6. Oh my
I guess
god.
it could run this way.
Oh, you did 7 plus 5 for the higher level cast. You did
2,
12.
2, 3. What a lame roll.
So this is only... This is further away from Courtney.
So I got an attack of opportunity.
You might. Hold on. On a failed save, it takes this much damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away. Yes, you get an attack of opportunity on it.
Yeah.
But I'm not at disadvantage because I haven't technically averted my eyes yet, right?
That's correct. So that hit.
For 10 slashing.
I'm just double checking Moonbeam here. Hold on. So when a creature enters for the first time, I need you to roll damage on that. I misread it. It doesn't say its turn; it says a turn. So it applies to its turn as well, Agni. So do you want to click on Do you want to click on your Moonbeam for me and
No problem. I'll do the thing.
give me the damage on it? And it has to make a Constitution saving throw. So it passed its saving throw on the Moonbeam, so it only takes... But it still takes half damage from when you cast it, so half of 19 would be 9?
Yep.
And then as it runs, Lander slashes at it and does another 10?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. It's now the Basilisk's turn. And it will charge directly... It's not frightened of you, is it, Courtney? Like, it is on... It moves on its turn. But it doesn't have the frightened condition or anything. So it charges right at Courtney. And bites him. Or at least tries to. Come along, come along, come along. So, 13 doesn't hit, does it? Maybe it does.
My armor class is 13.
So it did hit.
Damn it.
It does 8 piercing and then another 9 poison for a total of 17. And as Courtney maybe lets off a bit of a cry out in pain, Phelan's like, "Are you okay? I can't see what's going on." Jade.
Alright, I'm gonna climb over Udagarn. Still keeping my eyes avoided.
You're keeping your eyes averted, so you're attacking with disadvantage.
Yep.
Wow.
16?
That is a hit.
Alright.
And you run it through, and it dies on the end of your rapier. And we will leave it there for tonight, as it's 11 o'clock. It's Betty Bye time. Thanks for everybody that came out and watched, and hopefully our music entertained, as did our actions. We're back again next Wednesday for more Icewind Dale. My channel does not have a game this Sunday. We are taking Mother's Day off for Ghosts of Saltmarsh, but we'll be back on Wednesday, and I'll let Jade handle what's going on in the Voctair's channel.
Saturday we have Witches Walking Werewolves, and
Is that happening this week though?
is it?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, last week before one of our folks goes off to work for what, a month?
Cool.
It's 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
So
I will give you the schedule and we'll post it.
Yeah, it's fuckery. Just watch our schedule on our page. It'll be canceled the weeks that it's not there. What we do have a special all co-streamer event on the 15th, where we're just going to be playing some random games and teasing each other and being assholes as usual. Dun,
Random
dun.
game.
And that'll be with some of our co-streamers, and yeah, that's all we're doing. Go check out the merch shop and buy cards and donate to Cystic Fibrosis Canada.
I am going to raid the Voctair from my channel, and then the Voctair can choose a target of its choosing to raid. Thank you again, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next week. I don't even know if I had people on my channel, but we're going to raid you anyway.
Okay. Let me see here. Who are we going to go bother? You know what? Let's go check out Zazzle. She's a member of our community, and you know, she deserves some love, I think.
Yeah, she's still trying to reach affiliate. She's almost there. She just needs the average viewers.
Yeah, so if you guys can throw her a follow, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.